We do not change. That is the great feeling of both our peoples. They are the same on Korriban now as in my childhood. The same tricks. The same fights. The same groveling and mind control.
To have fallen so far and learned nothing. That is your failing.
There is no greater challenge than to change from within. But that is what we all must do to survive.
Until you embrace your full potential, you will only be a pawn of fate, never its master.
I am only surprised that I have learned the most of the Force from a Jedi. I understand why your council controls you. What I'll never comprehend is why you let them. You have the heart of a Sith. You would have power such as the galaxy has never seen.
In life, I dismissed the Jedi Code. I was wrong. To forge the future, you must first break with the past.
This isn't just about Jedi and Sith.
Freedom from inhibition, and the right to follow their passions. Cast aside your titles.
I've known both sides of the Force. Light and dark.
I will show you the power of the Force in balance!
All beings crave what they do not have. Do not pretend you are different. Do not forget that. My equilibrium never deviates. I feel nothing.
The future is not a river to carry us. It is the ocean in which we drown if we are not prepared. The galaxy changes, and we must change with it.
The history of the Olympian gods' origins to their position as gods. The procession of the Greek gods are more of a descendancy of heritage proceeding from the defeat of the armies of Magog and their king, Golgothos, Orog by the Amorites and the Amalekites. This marked the beginning of Uranus' reign after overthrowing Chaos, their warring and rebellious fallen forefathers. However, Uranus met his demise at the hands of his own son, Kronos, who in turn was imprisoned by his son Zeus in Tartarus, a deep abyss beneath the Scythian mountains near Crimea in the Russian Steppes Plateau. Zeus, as the high guardian and protector of the earth, took charge of the gods. One crucial character whose background demands explanation is that of Uranus's youngest daughter, Aphrodite. She was conceived just before the outbreak of conflict, and her mother was whisked away from the city by the sages of Uranus before Kronos launched his attack. Aphrodite's position in this matter stemmed more from her sense of duty towards her family rather than any personal motivations. As a result, she held no loyalty to Zeus that would compromise her father's legacy, and she rightfully claimed her place on the throne as his heir. However, Aphrodite's true nature went beyond being the goddess of love. it was a disguise that captivated anyone who laid eyes on her, enthralled by her beauty. Her godly true form was that of Typhon, an incarnate of Tiamat, that old dragon. When the sages of Uranus rescued her mother from the battle, they conducted a sacred ritual, rooted in ancient prophecies and involving their ancestors, the fallen angels, and the return of their leader, Tiamat, also known as the Fallen One, Lucifer. This ritual aimed to bring forth their mighty forefather in human form, allowing him to walk the earth. However, God intervened and modified the ritual, decreeing that the fallen angels' return would only take place at the end of days, when the earth faced its imminent destruction. Moreover, God ensured that Lucifer, in his angelic state before his fall from heaven, could not set foot on earth until that appointed time. This alteration served a greater purpose, enabling Lucifer to fulfill crucial tasks in line with his designed destiny, to be an incorruptible vessel for the Holy Spirit, initiating the process of creation. Even when the fallen angels attempted rebellion, their actions ultimately aligned with God's will and design. Regardless, desperate to seek justice against the cruel oppression they faced, the descendants of the fallen ones devised a ritual known as the Seed of Iniquity. The sages, driven by their ancestors' desire for vengeance, imbued this ritual into Uranus's drinking cup on the night of Aphrodite's conception. They then attempted to bring forth the Fallen One through her birth, utilizing astrological alignments and eclipses that aligned with the foretold prophecies of his coming. However, this act defied God's timing, and Aphrodite never reached her full potential. Consequently, she failed to bring about the complete downfall and destruction of the angelic guardian's outpost, which eventually came to be known as Olympus. The last documented events on Mount Olympus occurred before the persecution of paganism during the rise of Charlemagne and the Merovingian sages, who eradicated the old gods to establish the Holy Roman Empire. Pagans were hunted down and killed, and their temples were set ablaze around 754 AD or thereabouts. In these final accounts, Apollo descended into the Eastern Temple to retrieve a powerful arrow left as an offering to the sun god. However, he never returned. Hera, Ars, and Hades attempted a betrayal that ultimately failed. Ars and Hera were banished to the north, with Ars being exiled from Olympus and becoming Odin, while Hera was cast into the underworld. The very chains she intended for Zeus were used to confine her. Zeus later discovered that Aphrodite orchestrated this plot, claiming that his throne rightfully belonged to her father, Uranus. Due to the dangers brought about by the persecution, the remaining gods embarked on a mission to capture Aphrodite and Hades. Hades was trapped and sealed inside the black onyx mirror of Morgan of Cornwall, then taken north to be imprisoned alongside Hera, where took the name Loki. Aphrodite, however, managed to evade capture. She escaped into the Danish countryside, fueling supernatural folklore as she was pursued by Zeus, Hermes, and Apollo's son. Rumors suggest that the Asian dragon Lord Feng Shui may be Apollo, who either settled there after his journey to the Eastern Temple or was banished and forbidden to return. As the gods pursued Aphrodite through the Danish countryside, their presence sparked fear and awe among the mortal population. Tales of their encounters with the goddess spread like wildfire, intertwining with local folklore and creating a rich tapestry of supernatural legends. Zeus, determined to reclaim his throne and restore order to the divine realms, led the relentless pursuit. His lightning bolts cracked through the sky, illuminating the dark forests where Aphrodite took refuge. Hermes, the fleet-footed messenger of the gods, darted between the trees, his golden caduceus guiding the way. And Arlo, Apollo's son, possessed the untamed power of the sun, his radiance casting a warm glow on their path. As they closed in on Aphrodite, the goddess grew more elusive, her enchanting beauty masking her true nature. She manipulated mortal hearts, sowing love and desire wherever she went, using her powers to beguile and distract her pursuers. Zeus, however, was undeterred, for his determination burned as fiercely as his thunderbolts. Meanwhile, rumors began to circulate that the Dragon Lord Fengshu, a powerful deity of the East, may have a connection to Apollo's fate. Some whispered that he had taken refuge in the Danish countryside, hiding from the wrath of Zeus and seeking solace in the ancient land. Others believed that he had been banished and forbidden to return, his true identity concealed under the guise of a dragon. As Zeus, Hermes, and Apollo continued their relentless pursuit, their attention turned to the mysterious Dragon Lord. They sought to uncover the truth behind the rumors, for they knew that uncovering Apollo's fate was key to restoring balance among the gods. Their journey took them deep into the heart of Denmark, where ancient forests whispered secrets and hidden caves held untold treasures. With every step, the divine trio encountered mortal beings touched by the supernatural, their encounters blurring the lines between myth and reality. The pursuit of Aphrodite became entangled with the search for Apollo and the unraveling of the Dragon Lord's identity. As they delved deeper into the Danish countryside, the gods realized that the answers they sought lay not only in the physical realm, but also in the realms of magic and destiny. Little did they know that their pursuit would lead them to a confrontation that would reshape the divine order and test the bonds of loyalty and love. In the land of Denmark, where ancient legends merged with the present, the fate of the gods and mortals alike hung in the balance, waiting to be unveiled in the final chapters of their entwined destinies. Unbeknownst to Zeus and his companions, Aphrodite's powers grew stronger with every passing moment. Upon the Celtic fields of Mordu, Narn, there they confronted Aphrodite. She truly was the risen Tiamat returned, and the one they called the Black King of the Tuath Dudanon, the Dragon Lord himself, also known as the Baron, an evil, more ancient and devious than any of the gods had ever encountered, once thought lost and forgotten to the sands of time. But true evil never dies, nor does it rust or fade away. Always it awaits in the shadows for mortals to forget, so that it can return to its agenda unabated.
You have no power here! Servant of mortal God! You are nameless! Faceless! Formless! Go back to the void from whence you
Light wizard that can defeat darkness. All things shall be naked before the lidless eye. There is no light in the void, only death.
That is good, or so you think, but you're so very wrong. It's evil, but being wrong is right, so then you're good again, which is the evilest thing of all. May you find his subtle ways invite you, does he excite you? If his contradictions should attract you, should he distract you? Heaven help you then, you're finished, it's the end. There'll be no retrieval from the
Appliance. We portal up. We have our fun murder time as per usual, we pile all the bodies into a big fucking canoe. We push said canoe into some water. We light it on fire to attract the sharks and eagles and shit. Maybe a goose too. Fuck it. They come and eat the bodies. We win the bet. We rub it in that sloppy bitch's drunken whore ass face. Do you have any questions?